Hello and welcome back to RailRoads Online. So today we are here in 1901. We are in the Baldwin Locomotive Class 125. Yeah, so that's the new Loco. We did turn around and pick up the last of the Locos, so this does now have the full set of Locos on here. So we will be taking this up. We have one more stack of cars here with the hoppers to get picked up and brought up to the yard is really the thing. A few of the Locos we have out in their own areas. Oh, we do not need to go flying. This thing. Beast of a locomotive. Did go with the second paint option on this one. So again, this was the last of the Locos to get into the save file. So we have them all now. At least one representative of every type of locomotive. Both variations of the mogul. So whatever a person could want to start with, they have in here. We did turn around and put in a bunch of different rolling stock here and there. Added a few cars of thises and that's. So pretty much a person can run whatever they want on this one. It is a complete full set. All the industries are going to be hooked up except the gold mine. That's going to be an option as people want to put that in or don't want to put it in. Again, this being the summertime save for me anyway is what this one is. So not going up in the snow for now myself. So not going to turn around and worry about putting that in here. So the rest of it is in here full layout and all of the locomotives. If nothing else, a person could come in here, turn around, and take the locomotives, delete all the track, and build it however you wanted to put the industries out or anything else. But it would give you a layout to start with all of the locomotives with. So, plenty of options and ways to deal with it. I've been thinking about keeping a copy of this save separately, deleting everything, and just keeping the locomotives myself just for a raw starting save. Would not be a horrible thing. Then you can kind of take out whatever loco you want, delete all the rest, and only buy those kind of locos or something like that. A lot of options in there. So the locos that we did leave out are the two porters are left down at the gold industry area as they have their own kind of holding yard down there. And they are in that, though they do have sheds that hold them and their complete train sets up at the main yard. And they do fit on the turntables with their rolling stock and all. I just didn't bring those in. And then the farm locos are also down at the farm. So you have the two porters at the gold, and you have Mosca and Montezuma out at the farm. Again, they do have a shed for both of them. Not their rolling stock. The rolling stock you'd have to park outside up in the main yard or leave it down in the farm. But the locos do have storage in the main yard. Got out most signage, at least that's going to cover areas to slow. So if you're running into the slow side there, you're going to have 20 miles an hour is the suggested speed for slow signs. Yards are 10 to 15, but slow signs are in the 20 mile an hour range. For safety, this loco is just a beast. It can do whatever you want. Looking forward to running this thing. Going to be able to turn around and actually haul some long trains. A lot of mixed cargo. Got some goals, some things I want to try on this layout before moving on to anything else. So still plenty to do on here. But this one for as far as the save file variation that is going to be called complete and packed up, this one is out. Did have a couple of people grab the version before we got all the locos in it, but this one is out there for somebody who just either wants all the locos or wants to run mainline summertime run here. We'll get a chance to go see a lot of stuff in the yard. I think we still actually have the Climax. The Climax is out at its spot also, or be in the yard. Workers still up here in the oil field. We also have the Class 48 is the yard worker out at the sawmill. So that one is there, and then there is a shay also up at the logging camp. So those do have their, the switchers are in their places. Those did not get brought up in the yard, and honestly would have to be parked outside if they were brought up to the yard. So there's that. Well, although actually you can park them down the depot. There is a 4-stall roundhouse at the depot, and I suppose all the switchers would fit in there. And the 10 mile. So yeah, if we took the 10 mile from the oil field, the 48, the Climax, and the shay, we could put all of the switchers in the roundhouse there at the depot. Not going to do that. The switchers are going to stay in their spot. I mean, the shay's just too slow, quite frankly. I don't want to bring it into anywhere. And so, you know, the rest of them, they do their job where they are, so I'm just leaving them where they are. But they do actually have parking at the depot if a person wanted to. There is actually storage for everything on this rail. Alright, getting to move on. Now we are up the hill. We could probably go for some speed here. Just see what we can get out of this. That's gonna slide up our speed a little bit. Great looking locomotive. Definitely my favorite loco in the game. This thing is just a beast. Oh, it's been a hot minute since I've rode one. Just in time to get it all finished up, but not totally finished. I'm still gonna use this thing, that's for sure. Just got to it to run it. Plenty of money to pick up more of them too. I don't know. I might turn around and just start replacing some of the other locos. Get it down to, you know, 3 or 4 locos, 3 or 4 freight locos. Stick a loco out at every industry for switching, and then just have, you know, a couple of freight locos. Maybe dropping the loco count down myself for this save file, but I did want to turn around and get one. Let's kind of put out there if I could I find a use for every loco. So there you go. We got uses for them, and then we put pretty much every loco in the save at this point. Don't know that well, yeah, I do know. I've never had every loco in the game in a save file before, so this is a new one. A lot of locos to choose through. We definitely have a wide assortment of locos nowadays, which is cool. Not complaining. Never gonna complain about having too many locos. Maybe wanting them sorted out or a way to sift through them, but never gonna complain about having too many. That's not gonna happen. Absolutely like the wear on this loco. This is one of my favorite paint schemes on any loco at all in the game. Definitely not like the shiny new one, but it is just like the right amount of wear. Really like this loco. We don't really want to just go flying along, so we are going to let it work some up this hill. This isn't really restricted to 20, but this first time hauling up in here. I don't really want to go ripping I don't want to have a problem right now. I'm just trying to get up to the yard, get this stored, and then go over where everything's at. We did pump a ton of money into this save file. In the process of getting up to the tier 9. Take a look quick, see where we're at. Yeah, 140,000, and that's after picking up this loco, and then, like I said, a bunch of, oh, there we go, we dumped it anyway. Alright, let's get on here. Alright, that's okay, this isn't a horrible spot where we're gonna lose it. I figured it was going, because everything else is actually bogging down when we kind of get up to this turn, so we don't usually have to slow down. And that goes to show you this thing is quite a bit more powerful than everything else. Are you going to sit? Why don't you just sit right there? Boy, see if we get lucky and this stays on the track. There we go. Nice. Alright, now let's don't ram into this really super hard. Let's see if we can find the brakes. We just flung on the first brakes that we got to, so there you go. I knew it was going to be a little shaggy going up this hill with that one, because it is definitely much faster and pulls way easier. And then, of course, this load is completely empty, so it's like no resistance at all for this loco. Alright, there we go. Make sure we're all good. Probably should have just left some brakes on the car so it could have yanked it up the hill. Would have probably helped keep it. Of course, that's just operator error and slamming on the gas, you know. Maybe you should put a slow on that turn too, just because it might be a 20 mile an hour. But that's discretion. I guess I've never really had too much of a problem there before. But, you know, again, this locomotive is a lot more powerful. And definitely have not been running this loco on the rail, so it's not unreasonable that the 125 will change some things here and there. I wonder if we didn't get all the brakes off. Feels like we didn't get all the brakes off, but I'm not going to run back and check right now. This is not a good time for it. And if we don't have them all off, that's fine. Alright, we're going to go in that way. You can see we do have a bunch of stuff here in the yard. Yeah, which, we'll go over all that just as soon as we get up there. Yeah, we got to have a brake on somewhere. Oh, I want to go back there and check. I also don't want to crash again. Not even just crash. Alright, there we go. Top of the hill. Not that the hill climb was ever in question. This thing, oh, we did turn around and clean up a few other spots on the rail. Got rid of the excess holding at like the sawmill that we don't use. Never really used it, so turned around and took it out. There's no point in having it. We have holding up at the logging camp for a lot of cars and stuff, and then obviously have the big yard here. So took that holding out. Still have the holding at the smelter, so that's there. Took out, I don't know, you know, for those who would have noticed, took out the switch at the bottom of the hill there, things like that. This one's gotta go that way. Yeah. Should probably chill this out. This loco seems like it's going so much slower than it is. may be cooking along at 15, 20 miles an hour, which is top speed for some other locomotives, and this thing just feels like it's crawling along. Wait, we're not on the right rail at all. I suppose this was not the original plan. That's why the original plan is going to be just to leave those other ones over there. Alright. There's the pin drop. Alright. Good, 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 good. Oh, we should be good. Alright, we don't need to do that. There. Gotta get away from just slamming on everything. This locomotive, you definitely do not need to go 100% all the time just to get it to take off. This locomotive is gonna roll easy enough, pretty much no matter what you're pulling. Put a few last dents into the things before we turn them over. Why not? Oh, wow. Okay. So this one's got like Ruby Basin brakes too, huh? Yep. Where the brakes are strong enough that at the end bite there, they're just gonna lock up. There you go. First loads. Learning a thing. Alright, that should be good. Everything else should be switched. I didn't need to get out of the Loco to switch this. That's an old habit there. What are you gonna do? Was more fixated on the brakes there. Haven't had a load behind this one yet. So it seems like the Locos that have powerful, really powerful brakes are going to be able to bite, you know, at the very end. Ruby Basin's got great brakes, and so does the Class 125, so it seems like there's just a little bit of a calibration thing there, probably. See some changes, hopefully. Alright, let's back this thing into its stall. Get this going. No point in dawdling. As I said, we still do have plenty of storage in here. You know, you can still get away with holding quite a bit. Alright, those are off. We'll crank that on. Got the other hoppers over there. Did add another one to that, so it's 6 of the big hoppers there. Nice load. Of course, you could always turn around and throw these hoppers on the back as well. I'm sure with the Class 125, it would not have a hard time pulling that whole set. And then you'd get the extra 50 thrown on top. Alright. Plenty of options. Let's get this thing run up here. Some of the things we will see do have 2 of the large plows there on the inside. Have some of the little plows there. So plow is kind of put, you know, the toys in the world to play with. However a person would want. Of course, all the bells are going to go. It's going to be mad. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing to fit. Perfect. Barely fits. But it fits. Alright, let's go. Nope. Let's go this way. Well, this one's going to be a little tricky to see because the whole back end of the train covers the rail. Let's see. Oh, we got close. Oh, alright. That should be good. Anybody standing by the trains now deaf? Alright. They just, of course, we're putting them in backwards, but Like them with the stacks out. Just for looks, anyway. Nice little bump as we get up. Alright, and whoa. Don't go in there too far or we're going to be smoking out the house. Alright, there we go. Good enough. Let me out. Let me out, let me out, let me out. Oh, hey. I need out of the shot. Okay, I'm going out the door. Maybe. Going out the door. It's creaky and it's old. Alright, there we go. So, we'll turn around and just take a look here real quick. Of course, now our turntable's turned all funky. But as you can see, totally full. Got everything in here. The, what is it? Glenbrook and Class 70 are in backwards. Everything else is kind of in. Well, they're actually in the right way. Everything else is in backwards. But there you go. So, most of the Locos here in the house anyway, or at least a good assortment of them. Still have covered rail for the coaches. Figured I had thought about putting coaches in, but then, you know, everybody wants to label those and mark them however you want. So those are there, or that's the place for them. Turned around and put in 2 of the plows. We did put in the Sasquatch and the Yeti. So those are in there. What else did we do? Let's turn around and take a zoom around the yard here real quick. Yeah, we put in the go snow and no snow plows. So options there, whether you want the metal blade or the wood blade. And then threw in some of the tankers and hoppers over here. Coffin cars, excuse me. The coffin car and the EBT hoppers for those who wanted to go that route. I have the rails there and here. All have trains on them. And then again, we do have the trains at the farm and at the Gold Industries down in the bowl. A couple of hand cars here for, you know, hand car races or whatever else you want to do with those. Race to the finish line kind of thing. Pushing stuff around the yard. Do use them for, I use them for a lot if you just want to move something around in the yard rather than grabbing a Loco. Otherwise, you got the tank Loco, the 242 up in there, which kind of makes that easy too. And then I guess we will take a look at, for the people that are familiar with the layout, this will actually means we did turn around. So you have stacks of cars up there for logs and cordwood. And then here at the sawmill is really where we took out the holding that was out into the lake. So we do get a little cleaner look there. Arguably a little more realistic because you don't have a ton of dock work out into the water. So those were kind of the big changes and relayed that. So it's, you know, the docks changed out there and stuff like that. But that is done. And then we do still have this stuff here. The other Locos and rolling stock are down at the farm for those that want to get into that. And there you are. So we will be posting the save file, a complete layout and full set train layout will be out and posted for those that want it. So there it is. I guess with that, we're going to call it a win and say thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you get a chance, like, share, subscribe. Subscriptions are free, but they sure do help the channel. Y'all have a great day.